John, very good to see you. Climbing interest rates mean good news for annuity buyers. The third quarter of 2023 saw record growth in annuity sales. According to LIMRA, which tracks the numbers, total annuity sales reached $89.4 billion. That is an 11% jump over the same quarter last year. And of course, one of the reasons why is that the percentage of workers with a pension in the private sector is now 4%. That's down from 60% in the early 80s. And annuities can provide that guaranteed income. Explain why annuities could be helpful as part of a larger financial plan.
Oh, I think one of the main thoughts on here is a lot of our clients, they've lived through the 9/11s, they lived through the 2008 bubble, they lived through the COVID gyration of the market. And really what the annuity brings to the table is it helps eliminate the sequence of returns risk.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning the market drops dramatically as soon as you retire, and then all of a sudden you have to start drawing on that money while the market's down inside your 401k or money that's on the market. And so what this does is create that buffer for people to draw from when we have situations like we have over the last 2 or 3 years.
Mm-hmm. Right, because if you tap your portfolio, your invested money during a market downturn, you're basically compounding your losses, locking them in. So how have recent rate hikes made annuities more attractive?
They've made a lot of different assets a little bit more attractive. I mean, CDs at the bank, money markets in
Mm-hmm.
your account, the money markets inside your investment account. What the annuities bring to the table is that they are an asset where you can lock in your gains, protect your principal, and they also have access to 10% of your account value each year as a withdrawal. And for most of our clients, when combined with the whole financial plan, this does create various options for them to draw and create that pension, like that you said, that again is no longer there.
Right, like a private pension. So I want to quickly talk through the three different kinds of annuities here, John. What do we need to know?
This is important. I would group the fixed and the fixed indexed account together. Those accounts preserve your principal, and the fees can depend. We tend to lean towards the accounts that do not charge fees,
Mm-hmm.
but there are some out there that provide income, and for that service, you're paying a premium for that. The other one is the variable annuity. That is in the investment side of the world. That is not something we offer. It's just something where I believe if you're going to be on the stock market, you should just be in your brokerage account or your 401k and be in the stock market and not inside of a variable annuity. I like using the annuity more as preservation of principal. And again, somewhere we can go if the market is fluctuating like it has over the last 2 years and have somewhere to go get money if someone needs money and not have to sell assets when they are down.
Mm-hmm. So the Fed has signaled that rate hikes, may come down in 2024, but we don't have a crystal ball. We don't know exactly what the Fed is going to do next. So are annuities, is it still a good time to buy an annuity, or would you even consider annuity laddering?
Probably a little bit of both. I think that if you go back 2011-ish, even at that point, we were worried about interest rates rising, and they did start to trend up. And then COVID hit, and they had to bring those rates back down again. So you never really know what circumstance is going to drive them to change the rates one way or the other. But what you can do is have different assets maturing at different times, because ultimately what you're doing with these insurance products is you are deciding to say, I'm taking my money off the risk category, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to shift it over to time. And I'm going to let time grow my money and not the risk side. And so
Mm-hmm.
ultimately, when's a good time to buy? I would say when you retire, you should have a financial plan set up for you of when you plan to draw and make sure all your assets work together. And that could include laddering or maybe not. And ultimately create that environment so when you need to draw, you can draw in the pace that you want to.
Mm-hmm. I'm really glad we got to talk this through, John, because I feel like a lot of people, don't understand how annuities can be part of their financial plan. Sometimes they have a bad rap, but of course, I do think it's worth having a conversation to see if it's right for you. So, John, if somebody wants to talk this through with you, how can they reach you?
440-471-4300 is our phone number. And again, we have a website as well, clarkwealthadvisor.com. Give us a call. And again, a lot of time it just has to do with walking you through the fine details of things. And, there are people out there that use these in the wrong way, just like any other investment product. And
Right.
so it's very important to have someone that you can depend on and give you the correct information.
Right. Good point. John, thank you so much.
Thank you. Take care.